What is up, everybody? Jace Burmis here on a gorgeous day, sitting on a park bench, enjoying the sunshine as I walked downtown and literally was again amongst the zombie apocalypse. Things are different here, though. I do want to show everybody in a roundabout manner. There you go. Get a nice look at normalcy and nature and beauty and not a bunch of people freaking out wearing masks. However, for those just tuning in for the first time today, my town is now the newest hotspot in New York. Believe it or not, we're it. We did it. We did it. We had Cuomo talking about a 3% infection rate up at the college. Okay, and they're sending a COVID SWAT team of contact tracers and testers that will be here by Wednesday. They shut down in-person college classes. So when I left my house and I went down the street and I got to Main Street, I could not believe the amount of people that were wearing masks. In fact, at some point in this conversation, I may actually get up and walk you down there because it's almost a different world from a block from here, right? So I did this walk first, and came down, and I was like, when I got to the park, I was like, oh, okay, this is not terrible. And in fact, if you look around here, let's see if I can give you a little boot. Oh, don't tell me the camera's gonna. There we go. So those people, these people walking here, those people on the bench here. Again, ooh, you know what? Is that empty? We're gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over in the shade. How do you guys like that? We're gonna shade it up for a little bit. Get out of that sunshine. So the amount of people that are gonna be in fear in my community is gonna be massive. All right, already, everybody knows I go to that pizza shop. Already, they're talking about basically putting a blocking off the doorway, and you have to order at the front door with the door open, like many places did in phase 2 of this whole nonsense. And remember, phase 1, you can only do delivery and, contactless pickup and all this other Johnny nonsense that absolutely is arbitrary and means nothing. It means nothing. But this is how they're going to get into your lives. This is the contact tracing movement. Oh my goodness, like across the way over here, guys. And by the way, oh, that's so nice. So nice back here. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, now we got out of focus. There we go. Anyway, now they're going to get into your lives as contact tracers. That's what this is about. Contact tracing, guys. Okay? And getting the government in your life over nothing. Now, think about this. 3% supposedly test positive. 0 hospitalizations in my town from this. 0. So over 100 people have it, and there's 0 hospitalizations. I want to make that extremely clear. Now, how many people have symptoms? They said like 2 or 3 people had symptoms. Let's talk about that for a second. So now you're telling me what are these symptoms? 2 or 3 people have fever-like symptoms out of 3,000 kids at a college, and we're concerned about that? That's what the big concern is? Think about that for a second. How are we letting this happen? No hospitalizations, 0 hospitalizations, and then 2 or 3 people that are symptomatic. And, now you're going to deploy this team that's going to go to every single business, because it's absolutely guaranteed that every single one of these kids went somewhere where someone, they went and got a slice of pizza, they went and got a coffee, they went and got a sandwich. The bars are already extremely defunct and beat. Now what? So now you got a 50-50 shot, depending on how many employees you have, right? That maybe your business gets shut down because you're asymptomatic. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But again, it's good to get away from it all and be amongst nature. Nature is a good thing. So I don't know, guys. I mean, I think that they're saying that basically the tests are set up on Wednesday. So should we live stream outside of the tests in like SWAT gear? Who wants to come out here and protest with me? We could do a live stream once we figure out where they're going to set these things up. Because I'm certainly not going to take a test. I don't think you guys should take a test. Like, why are a bunch of people who are not sick taking a test. And then I want to know exactly what symptomatic means when you're sending a SWAT team here. I mean, look how small this community is. I want everybody to take a look. Anybody who's done like the walk and talks with me, you get it. You understand that this seems almost like bizarro world in every respect. And again, I'm just going to go over the numbers because we're sitting here in a nice little area of nature, in a community that is probably going to be ultra devastated. That's already been extremely devastated, but ultra devastated because of all this. And Cuomo was calling the colleges today the canary in the coal mine. Okay, the canary in the coal mine. Thumbs video up, subscribe and share, by the way. You knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. Now, if there was, let's say there was 100 hospitalizations. Oh my goodness. Well, obviously you shut it down. Let's say if there was even 10 hospitalizations, maybe you could make the case. There's not one. Even one hospitalization because of this out of 3,000 kids, would that be unacceptable, especially if the kid was only showing minor symptoms and wasn't going to be on a vent, etc.? Why is this not even a conversation anymore? Oh, there's a group. See, it's always nice to see a family where, you know, they don't have the muzzles on the children, because I'm telling you right now, where I walked through before, it was Muzzle Town, USA with the kids. Just 100% muzzle all the time. And, you know, I also find it extremely ironic that we've got Robert Kennedy Jr. Talking about this draconian push for a global vaccination effort against this in London in front of 10,000 plus people. And we can't get 1,000 people out here, and let alone the fact that he's an American. And, you know, nobody other than Robert Kennedy Jr. with that kind of visibility is even speaking up and speaking out about this, right? Where are the people that can say, you know what, I don't think mandatory vaccinations, no matter what the death rate is, even though the WHO's own numbers are 0.6%, are okay. It's just me. It's just kooky. You know, that's where we're here. This is the zombie apocalypse, guys. We did it. We made it. And you know what? I'm almost thinking that we should walk through Main Street and get the different feel. Do we want to do it? Yeah, let's get up and do it. Thumbs the video up, subscribe and share. Get in the comment section, and I'll see if I can answer your questions and comments in here, guys. What are we all up to today on this lovely Sunday? They're trying to lock down before the latest. I missed that. Before the latest, and see, garbage and the fact that they've identified the virus. Yes, exactly. That's the other thing. The CDC still says they have no isolates of it. And that's pretty clear to me that it seems like the virus itself hasn't been isolated. So, you know, that's one of the things I talked about in my first video today. Can anybody show me where they isolated SARS-CoV-1 or H1N1 or any of these large strains, or even the Spanish flu, when they actually did that from human beings? Because I started to try to research H1N1, especially since that was influenza B this year, of the two big strains that went through, okay? And all I could really find were the animal isolates. But I did not do a deep dive into that. I still haven't seen anything in the old Twitter feed, guys. So come on, Burmis Brigade. You want to be investigators? Let's do it. Hey, how we doing, Gritch? Good to see you out there. See, look at this sun. Look at that. Bam. Boom. Oh, man. I mean, like, I'm going to miss my little town. But this is the new hotspot. This is it, guys. This is where the apocalypse is happening. See, there's groups up there. They're not wearing masks. People over here walking dogs, not wearing masks. This is why I needed to come out to the park, other than, you know, other than just sit in the house and kick out videos and kick out the jams, or even be on Main Street. I was going to go downtown and go grab something to eat. That was the plan at the very beginning. But as soon as I saw the zombie apocalypse popping off, and like literally 20, 25 people all in masks, all worried about this new news that there's this huge outbreak here. I mean, that's so ridiculous. And again, now we get to have the contact trace force, the SWAT team, come in. I can't believe they actually called it a SWAT team in the teleconference, but they did. They got this one guy, and I really hope that he ends up showing up for some PR with the SWAT team, who's been by the side of Andrew Capo Cuomo for quite some time during this, really from the very beginning. And he almost seemed giddy on the phone. I really wish I had been able to see his face, because he almost seemed pleased that all this was going on, and now he could use some of his toys to oppress the people and act like there's a real outbreak. I'll say it again. When he says symptomatic, are you telling me we shut down that school because a couple kids had a fever out of 3,000 students? What? What are we doing? What is this? How have we let this happen, New York? Huh? Tell me. Some people over on the swings over there, not wearing masks. Wait till we get to Main Street. That's when the real zombie stuff happens. But until then, this is my point. All right, I want you guys to see this too. This is my point right here. Take a look. All right, take a look around. Okay, nobody's out here. They still got the hoops off. They still won't let people play basketball. All right, it's abandoned here. Right, only the people that aren't falling for all this are going out to the nice park and having a good time and not falling for it. When we hit Main Street, it is going to be Mask City, USA. And you know, are they going to try to arrest me when I'm not wearing a mask, filming these contact tracers at designated test sites for this? I'll stay 6 feet away, right? The camera right there, my arm length, that's about 4.5, 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What are we saying in the chat here? I have loose bowels. Good for you, Bill Hicks. How about that? Good for you. Sad that there's nobody there and nobody outside. Think about all the festivals that were canceled this summer. I know you guys felt it too throughout the country. But, you know, this is the little spot. This is where people get together. We need a loose change watch along event on 9/11. Maybe we'll do a loose change final cut watch along. That'd be pretty cool, huh? It's a thought. I'm thinking about it. How about that? Hi, bro. Massive day in London. Yes, the London protests were exactly what that country needed. Again, it's going to show that not only can thousands of people, right, 10,000 plus, it looked like, get together, not wear masks, not social distance, and not get people sick, but they can do so peacefully for every man, woman, and child on the planet, no matter what the color of their skin is or their belief system is, really, right? No matter what God they worship, whether they worship one at all, they show that you can come together against the oppressors and the minions, because that's what this is, man. It's a predator class transhumanist takeover where they don't even want you to be able to see somebody else's face. They don't even want you to be able to see somebody's face. In fact, they suspended, the other thing they were gleeful about doing here is they suspended, I believe, 5 of these kids. They sent them home, and they did something at like one of the other SUNY schools where they also are sending people home. So, like I said, man, they're going as hardcore as they can to enforce this. You're not allowed to have a party. You're not allowed to be a human being. You're not supposed to walk around the streets without a mask on. There's metal signs. Please wear a face mask. Please wear a face mask. And now, the people that have bought into this, and again, I live in an area where most people that have come here to settle down are pretty liberal, okay? They're pretty left-leaning within the city itself, okay? Whereas you get on the outskirts, that's not the belief system at all. But those who live here and vote and think that way, a lot of them have bought into it. A lot of them have bought into it. That's the real deal. Luckily, not everybody. What else we got going on over here? I have not worn a mask yet and will not kneel to one. Peace to the people, wake up. I agree. Listen, power in the people. Now's the time to step up to this whole thing, because if we don't do it, guys, you know, again, think about how devastating this is going to be for the entire state of New York. All right, this started pre-St. Patrick's Day. My town was notorious for having probably the largest St. Patrick's Day within at least a 60 to almost 90 mile radius. You get out by Albany, maybe they had a little bit bigger of a St. Patrick's Day. Portland would contend, you know, about 90 miles away, that they have a bigger St. Patrick's Day. But that's huge business here. And now I want you to also think about this. 20 minutes from what? Cooperstown, New York, where two of the largest youth baseball camps in the world are. One's on one side, the other's on the other side. One's on one side, one's on the other side. That entire summer business is gone, even for the businesses that were allowed to open for a little while. I can't tell you how huge that was, just for the renters alone that had college housing, that were doing like Airbnbs and onlines and had those booked. You're looking, guys, at losing between, I don't know, $700 a week and $1,500 a week, sometimes more, depending on how big the property is. If it was like a duplex, you could even say maybe even $3,000 a week. That's a huge amount of income. A huge amount of income. And now, when they bring in the contact tracers again, and like I said, oh, I had coffee here, oh, I had a sandwich there, and they start testing everybody, and it's chain link fence of testing. They're going to shut down more and more businesses. They're going to demand that you do these deep cleans that are extremely Orwellian. Okay, so here we go. Here's our first masked up person as we approach Maine. Okay, let's go there. So these two are approaching Maine. They both got the masks. We need to be worried. See, as soon as we get up to Maine and take that left, guys, we hit the zombie apocalypse again. I'm looking at the guy who's walking across up top in a rapid manner, also all masked up. Guys, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Oh, here he comes right down. He's masked up. So once again, guys, just nuttiness all the way around. And the question is, you know, when does it really absolutely end? If you read that lockdown document, I think it's called Lockstep, and it's a Rockefeller Foundation, and it's got to be, what, 2010? It never does. It absolutely 100% never does. That's not the point of it. That's not what it's there for. And it talks about more parental control. And to me, again, I don't know about you, but I'm an adult. I don't need any more parental control from the state after this supposed pandemic is over. So let's see, we got two masker dudes right there getting their food. Two others up there. Kind of got abandoned over here. Not gonna lie. Streets were a little bit more popping when I walked through before. Oh, we've got people sitting down wearing masks. So again, just absolute lunacy, absolute craziness. But again, I'm wondering how quickly those people end up being deployed. So if they start coming down on Monday, maybe I'll be seeing them on Tuesday and definitely on Wednesday where they're set up. That's the next big thing. So we got more across the street. I mean, my goodness. Here we go. Oh, boy. Oh, across the street. She's got cow. Let's see. Man, I'm trying to swap it over. Not letting me do it. They're all messed up.
it's a tough press. So again, we just keep going through it, and everything seems like a nightmare. You know, I mean, everything really does seem like a nightmare. I mean, right here you can see the girl that's going to be behind me. She's all masked up. I mean, it's just like you get onto Main Street and it's a totally different planet. Like, you go here, all these kids right here that are about to cross the street, they've got masks on. That family's got masks on. Guys, it's got to be like 70 degrees out, at least. At least. Look how little that kid is. Look how little that kid is. This is the new normal. Okay, this is the new normal. This is what we're okay with. There we go. I know I'm not okay with it. I don't think there's anything normal about it, to be quite honest with you. I think that if you can get such a successful psychological operation to work here in a little small town in Mass like that, they can get it to work anywhere until we step up and we start fighting back. Okay? And that's really the truth. See, here we go again. And, you know, all these people are 100% masked up. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I mean, it's 70, like I said. You can read it on the top there. So, you know, how much more of it can you really take? It's just over the top. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share, join the Burmese Brigade, do your thing. Remember, you can support me in the GoFundMe. I love you guys. I'll see you on the flip side.